Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA, episode 457. I am Brennan. UFC 312 prelims, all right? This is the Duplessis versus Strickland card, but we're going to talk about the prelims here, which is Jack Jenkins versus Gabriel Santos. We're going to talk about that fight, the rest of the fights on the prelims, break them all down round by round. And if you like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. That way you know the next video is coming out. There are a lot of fights to get to, so let's do that. All right. This fight had moments where it was interesting, and honestly, the prelim card was the whole card was actually relatively clean, which is kind of nice. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of controversy, except for the fight that we will get to last. But it started out relatively exciting, and then as the night went on, it started to lose its luster. So this one being the feature prelim. We'll get into it. All right, Jenkins with the low kick going to the body. Santos trying to evade and counter with that left hand. They trade for a bit, going low kicks, and then Jenkins comes over the top with a right head kick and drops Santos, and Jenkins unloading maybe a little bit too much. And then Santos locks up the triangle. He gets out of it and back up, but then Santos gets a takedown, can't do anything with it. And that's Jenkins' round. So much more damage. And if you look at the striking numbers here, 28-9 in favor of Jenkins, but not a 10-8 round because of that triangle attempt and the fact that Santos did manage to mount a little bit of offense. Not a 10-8 round, and that was a big difference. Well, would have been a big difference maker. Second round, the kicks to the body are there for both guys. Santos with a hard left hand, and a hard left straight shot, and Jenkins with that right uppercut and a decent head kick again, but he looks a little slower now, and Santos just looks fresher. Jenkins wants a takedown but fails, ends up on bottom, and that's the rest of the round. 24-5 for striking numbers in favor of Santos, 19-19 going to the last round. It's anybody's game, but Santos looked like he had way more energy. And then front kick from Santos stuns Jenkins, like front kick right up. I wonder if there's pictures of him with that front kick face like a lot of those guys have. Santos gets the standing backpack, eventually gets it down to the ground, gets a rear naked choke eventually, and gets the finish. Good for him. This fight was not horrible to watch. There were moments where it wasn't the most exciting, and like I said, the night started out relatively exciting and then slowly tapered off. And then we ended up with the main and co-main that we got. So if you're looking for those are in the last video. Okay, let's talk about the next fight. All right, Viacheslav, Borshchev versus Tom Nolan. Competitive and interesting fight. Nolan trying to back the pressure off of him using low kicks and going to the body with them. Borshchev landing the lead hook and defending the takedown, but he's having an issue finding his range early with Nolan using those long kicks. Nolan deep on a body lock, getting to the back, looking to get him to the ground, and then go standing backpack on him. Borshchev trying to make it a firefight, but with those kicks, they're really giving him trouble, right? Anytime he wanted to move into range and really just start slang and bang, that kind of thing, which he's good at, right? He couldn't get into range because the kicks from Nolan were keeping him out. Borshchev finally getting some success on the feet with a hard right hand to the body and hooks up top and a decent body kick, a couple of blocked head kicks. Nolan having a much better round, but it was still competitive. You're looking at the striking numbers here, 27-19. Like I said, Nolan got way out in front early, and then Borshchev was playing catch up, wasn't able to get it done in that round. 10-9 for Nolan. Second round, Borshchev finding that lead leg with that low kick, and that right hand can land to the body pretty easily. He did it a few times, and then up top on the follow-up, right? Nolan is still landing those body kicks, but just isn't in range for most of his other attacks. Halfway through the round, and Borshchev is finding his way to the front, right? He's outstriking him. Nolan wants a takedown now, attacks power guillotine, and Borshchev works back up. With 30 seconds left, it's close, and Borshchev still on the pressure. Nolan not able to keep the distance as easy now. Borshchev working his way through those kicks. Very close round. I feel that the damage was damn near even, and that takedown with the sub attempt made the difference for me, but it was relatively close, right? 37-26 for striking numbers in favor of Borshchev. Man, I didn't think it was that different. I wonder if those numbers are correct. I didn't feel like he outlanded him by that much. Where did they go? Oh, it's because he went to the body and the legs a lot, and then Nolan went up top. So this is headshot bias. It's a normal human thing, and I'm subject to it too. If people with more discerning eyes gave that to Borshchev, I understand. But I gave both those rounds to Tom Nolan. Again, I thought the second round was relatively close. Borschev eating the body kicks and coming over the top with that lead hook, and Nolan now looking tired with his takedown attempts. Nolan starting to pick it up again, landing a hard kick to the nuts. Borschev hurts him in the pocket with a right hand, and Nolan wants the takedown again, but just can't get it. And Borschev gets on top, landing some good ground and pound. Borschev attacking the leg lock at the end of the round. Now, in this round, he got outstruck, of course. Like, Nolan outstrikes him 16-10, but I felt like Borschev did more damage with his strikes in this round. Okay, I'm curious. I had a 29-28 to Nolan. Let's see how the judges had it. They might have gave him different rounds. Nope, that's how they saw it. Yeah, so Ben Cartledge, Charlie Keach both saw it how I did, and David Leatherby gave all 3 rounds to Tom Nolan. Understandable. Why is that fight on here twice? God, who's running the UFC's website? Sometimes, man. Little shit like that. No one's double checking. It's just one dude or one lady. That's it. Bruna Brasil versus Wang Tong. It's spelled Cong, but they kept saying Tong, and everybody said it. So I think that is correct. Brazil landing low kicks and Wang returning, looking to land that lead hook. Early on, it looked like, okay, as they're figuring things out, Brazil's loading up with that right hand. She's looking to land a big shot. Brazil landing hard low kicks, hurting that lead leg of Wang, even though she's coming back with her own. So I was like, okay, it's going to be competitive. These leg kicks from Brazil are probably going to add up and impair the movement, possibly find that big right hand. But Wang ends the round, catching a spinning attempt, throws her down, lands a couple of punches. A hard round to score, but I lead it towards Wang. Looking at the striking numbers, I didn't feel like they were that separate, 30-10. I mean, I thought it was Wang's round, but she outlanded her those leg kicks and the headshots. I mean, maybe I was on something. I don't know. Second round here, Wang countering that lead kick with that leg kick with an overhand right, and then a nice 1-2, which stopped Brazil from throwing it as much. Brazil just can't find any moments to get her offense going. She's reacting to everything that Wang is doing, and Wang's already moving out of the way. Anytime she throws an attack out there, it's already too late. Right, Wang imposing her game plan on Brazil and pitching a virtual shutout in the second round, landing hard body shots to the gut as Brazil literally runs away, 35-7. Beautiful round by Tong. Last round here. Wang is standing in the pocket a bit more and trading, giving Brazil her best right hand in the last 9 minutes. Right, she finally lands a shot up top. Because what was it? That second round she landed one punch to the head. This last round she landed a little bit more. Wang with the snappy jab and the follow-up hooks and that leg kicks. After she did do that, the Tong quickly got back to her striking and her game plan, landing that snappy jab, follow up with the hooks and the leg kicks, and Brazil turning her back and literally running away repeatedly. Wang just a level above in this one and shut her down 30-27, 38-14. Looking at the judges' scorecards, no surprises, all the same. Very good. Good job, judges. You did it. I can't believe this is this guy's actual last name. I really can't believe this is his last name. Colby Thicknesse. Like, how do you have the last name Thicknesse? Versus Aleksandre Topuria. All right, a lot of movement with Topuria pressing in and Thicknesse circling away. Topuria is starting to find his range around those kicks. Thicknesse was using kicks to keep the distance, similar to how Tom Nolan did against Borschev. Although if you go real time, obviously Thicknesse did it first. But Thicknesse is throwing more, and they're partially measuring in distance keepers, but he is landing more early on. But then a big right hand lands for Topuria and stumbles Thicknesse, gets back up, circling. Topuria belly to back, suplexes him to end the round. That was really fucking cool. He outstruck him here 18-13, and outdamaged him. Clearly Topuria's round. Second round here. Topuria closing the distance and moving the head really well to avoid those hooks and land a big right hook to the body. The low kicks from Topuria are messing with the lead leg of Thicknesse as he wanted to. If he wanted to, he could probably end it with those kicks, but he just didn't keep going to him. Thicknesse is planting a bit more this round. His volume is winning it for him. With 60 seconds left, it just didn't feel like Topuria landed enough in this round. Even though he outstruck him 22-21, I didn't think so. Those numbers are really weird. The eye test did not tell me that. I have it 19-19 going into the third round. Thicknesse failing on a takedown again, and Topuria gets to the back. just holding him, holding on to him as they get back up. A big right hand landing for Thicknesse, and then goes takedown, but fails again. I don't know why he went for that takedown again. He lands his best shot of the fight. He outstruck him here 4-1, right? And then Topuria gets on top. Thicknesse goes buggy choke, right? He goes for the buggy choke from the bottom. So I don't really want to give this to Topuria. I don't think he landed a real shot this entire round. It says he landed one. What did he land in round 3? What did he land? One. Oh, that body shot. That's right. He did land. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But then he didn't land anything else. Did he even land any strikes on the ground? It says he did. It says he landed 23 on the ground. Okay. It's so difficult for me to give a round to someone who literally just holds on and the person on bottom. So, like, if you had done any sort of striking on top, I'd give it to him. I just didn't feel like he did any. Maybe he landed more than I saw. And, like with Thicknesse attacking the sub from the bottom and landing that big right hand. But he spent the entire round on his ass. So, like, you can't give it to him. Looking at the judges' scorecards, nobody gave a round to Thicknesse. So, I mean, like I said, that second round is relatively close. I understand it, but I figured one judge would have seen it that way. Nope. They have, that is the champion's brother. They've got an image to keep up. Kody Steele versus Rong. It's one name. But they always write it as two. Both guys landing low kicks with Steele measuring with that jab to land that hard straight right. Steele gets the takedown along the fence with Rong, reversing it and getting back up. Rong landing with that left hook hard as they exchange. Steele is winding up with that big right hand and trying to chase him down with it. And Steele lands the right hand, but swings wild with hooks and missing and everything. And Rong landing, he lands back and then puts Steele on wobbly legs, and now they're just swinging back and forth. This was a very exciting round. No technique, just exchanging. Rong landing with that left hook again, and Steele ends the round landing hooks of his own. Holy shit, this was a fun round. This is definitely fight of the night, in my opinion. 33-27 for strikes in favor of Rong. If you gave it to Steele, nah, you can't give that to Steele. Second round, big jab from Zhu puts him down off balance. Steele rolls under and attacks a leg, uses that to get up on his feet, checks a leg kick. Rong is really getting the better of the striking, landing with that jab, that lead hook, and digging to the body sometimes as well. And then Zhu is just landing hard with that lead hook and that follow-up with that right hand, and Steele's just eating it. Steele has slowed down quite a bit in that big right hand. They're not coming as often anymore. He could still land them. But this round could have been a 10-8. I didn't go that far. I had a 20-18, but the striking number is 32-9. Steele ate a ton of damage in this round. 20-18 going into the last round. Steele back to throw in that big right hand as he's eating the jabs, and Steele's he's kind of turning into a punching bag. He's tough as hell. He's a tough punching bag, but the big punches are coming few and far between in the exchanges. They exchange like crazy to end the fight. Great round by Zhu. Outstrikes him 60-23. Fantastic round. Fantastic fight. If you did not watch that one because it was on the prelims, I recommend it. It is a fun banger. Go watch Rong fight Kody Steele. All right. Moving on. Kevin Jousset versus Jonathan Micallef. Micallef landing that left straight as he's backing up, and Jousset tries to move in and takes a big kick to the gut. That was the story of the fight, in my opinion. Micallef is landing that rear kick to the body, and Jousset counters with that right hand. But, Jousset's landing a counter lead hook as Micallef drops his hands and moves in. Jousset now using the jab really well, but those body kicks landed so fucking hard, and he landed so many of them. Micallef overextends with that knee, gets caught up top in the clinch, and then Jousset landing some really good uppercuts in tight, and Micallef landing another low shot, and Jousset, he landed another, that's what he did. He landed a low blow. Jousset says something about it, but they continue. And then later on, Micallef lands another low blow. Jousset complains about it, and then literally as he's complaining about it, Micallef lands a head kick that drops him for a second. Those are the clearest moment of the fight, and it was off of a foul, which sucks, right? I mean, you don't want that stuff to happen, but, you want it to stop, but the referee didn't even acknowledge it. Anyway, big right hand counter for Jousset stuns stuns Micallef as he comes in. Jousset has taken so many kicks to the body. There's this huge contusion there, like tons of, like you can see all the bruising there. I bet you his body is really beaten up today. Micallef fighting a bit reckless, but it's working. He's landing the bigger shots. Outstruck him 30-25, put him down this round, even though if it was off of a foul, but it is what it is. So that's, what the heck? Yeah, okay. Yeah. 25-16. That was all the first round. Yeah, 10-9. Second round. Those kicks from both guys were landing, but Micallef just landing so many to the body. Still, Jousset output has slowed, and Micallef is now landing up top with long hooks. Jousset is still landing and hurts Micallef to the body for a second. Not enough output from Jousset. He needs a finish. So he gets outstruck here 30-25. It was a much closer round, but he really needs a finish. He's down 20-18. Last round, Jousset is doing a better job of putting the pressure on, using it to land, but he needs to knock him out. He just couldn't get it done. Better round for Jousset as he was really going for it, moving forward, just never found the shot that he needed. 29-28. He did get outstruck here, 30-26. So even though he was going for it, he got outstruck. Scorecards. All three judges saw it the same way. Given Micallef the first two rounds, and then that last round to Jousset. Like I said, he put the pressure on. He put it out there. He did what he needed to do. Sorry, he tried to do what he needed to do. It just wasn't able to get it done. Fun fight nonetheless. All right, now finally some controversy to talk about, something to bitch about, huh? Anshul Jubli versus Quillan Salkilld. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, the fight starts. I'm not gonna. We don't have to. We want to look at stats. He landed 6 shots. Anyway, fight starts in a bit like they do some bullshit. They're like a kick lands or whatever, and then a big right hand from Salkilld, and Jubli goes down. Now, this was a fucking awful stoppage. I will stand by that. I will defend it. I don't care what the commentary says. I don't care. Jim Perdios jumped the gun. He jumped in way too fucking fast, right? The commentary has done a really bad job. They must have got a talking to a while ago about contradicting the referee's decision to stop things. Like, it used to happen more often. We had, like, because a lot of the commentary team is former fighters, and they've had issues in the past with bad stoppages, and they know what it's like to do all this stuff and then essentially have your opportunity taken away from you by a bad decision. And the UFC must have said something. They must have said something, because lately they are so quick to defend the referee every single time. And then you have the non-fighters who are always just milquetoast when it comes to this kind of shit, unless it's somebody that they're pushing for, right? Unless it's somebody that they're friends with, like when John Anik in DC, or unless there's someone that the UFC is actively trying to push, they really won't counter what the referee is doing, and they'll even default to be like, well, Herb Dean's the best in the business. Oh, Mark Goddard knows what he's doing. I'm not saying they don't, although Herb Dean is not the best in the business. But saying Mark Goddard knows what he's doing does not excuse a bad decision. Like, when they make a bad stoppage, that doesn't excuse it because they know what they're doing. They just made a mistake. Right? This is what happened here. That big right hand put him down, absolutely, but it was behind the ear, or on the ear, and there's nothing wrong with that, like, legally. Why? Right? It's not illegal to hit someone there, especially in movement. It was just an off-balancing hit, right? He wasn't knocked out cold. It's an off-balancing shot, right? It messes with your equilibrium, absolutely, and you can finish from there, absolutely. You can knock a guy down who can't stand back up, land a couple follow-up shots, and that's the end of it. That is not what happened here. There were no follow-up shots. The referee literally steps in as Jubli is fighting for the wrestle up. He's literally grabbing the leg and wrestling up and trying to fight. There was no follow-up shots. This was not a TKO. This was a KO finish because he stepped in so fast. This is a bad stoppage. I feel bad for Jubli. Does it mean Jubli was going to come back and win? No. Does it mean that Salkilld wasn't going to finish him if he landed a few more shots? No. Both of those things could have happened or could not have happened. I don't know. You don't know. The referee doesn't know. And we'll never know, because it did, like, the referee cut it too short. Bad stoppage. You miss out on half your fucking money. I mean, you lose $5,000 because the referee essentially wants you to, like, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, what are you supposed to do? You get knocked off balance, you get your equilibrium taken away from you. So a big shot lands. What are you supposed to do? wrestle up or fight off your back. Literally do anything. That's what he was doing. What else do you want him to do? You want him to throw punches from his back or when he's in turtle? You want him to jump up and do fucking jumping jacks? It's stupid. Well, as usual, there was something for me to bitch about. It just so happened that it was the very first fight on the card. So I mean, a lot of people don't make it this far in the video, but if you did, let me know down below. What did you think about that stoppage? And if you didn't watch it, like I said, go back and watch. There's that one fight, Kody Steele versus Rong. Go do yourself a favor, watch that one. 15 minutes of your time, less than 20, even if you count all the in between round stuff. Please go watch that fight. It was fantastic. It is worth note. I hope it gets replayed at some point. I hope Rong goes forward and we get to see that highlight reel. It was fucking fantastic. Amazing fight. All right, that is it for me. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. If you like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. If you like it, if you like this kind of thing, subscribe to it if you like it. And then if you did like this video, hit the like button. That's a whole lot of liking going on. I appreciate y'all. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Love y'all. Peace.